Hello guys, I'm Dharma, CEO and the founder of Dharma Geosphere. Welcome back to my channel. It has been quite some time since we interacted. I didn't want to interact with you because of you all were preparing for the prelims exam. I'm glad that many of you have done the prelims very well. Now that you have almost crossed this hurdle of the prelims exam, it is now time to start the preparation for the mains. So without wasting much time, we are starting this course for geography optional from 7th of October. I'll give you the details of this course, so please don't waste time thinking about the prelims now. That is past. Now go cracking on preparation of the mains, particularly focus on the optional, because that is what is going to determine your rank. So I'll give you the details of the course quickly. This is an integrated course which will cover the batches of 2020, wherein all the 7 days I'll be interacting with you. Saturday, Sunday, it will be kind of a revision and practice test and doing some model answers, etc. And 2021 and 2022 also I'll be covering, but it will be few classes in a week. So the course is starting from 7th October. We don't have much time. You need to pick up some books as well in the meantime. So it's a 3 months course. By January we'll be completing. It will be a very intensive course aimed at scoring more than 300 marks so that you get a very good rank. So it will be totally under my guidance. And it will be a kind of a 360 strategy wherein from the beginners we will start from the 6th class NCERT and move on up till 12th class, and then we'll do some standard books and in advanced books and then various journals and magazines. You all know that the paper 2 contains maps, so the atlas is indispensable. We will also be doing the practice of atlas. So the most important part of the geography optional is the syllabus. The syllabus in paper 1 and paper 2 consists of about 10 units in each, that is almost 20 major units. But then there is a lot of overlap. In some sections theories have been mentioned, in some sections the models have been mentioned, and theories and models and the topics, they overlap, but they should all be together. Like for example, if it's a Malthusian theory, it's a theory of population. You can't have Malthus at one place and then population theories in another place. So I have rejigged the entire syllabus, and I have made it logically into 12 important units in both paper 1 and 2, and that is what we are going to see. For example, climate change. Climate change has been included in climatology, whereas it should be included logically in environment. Similarly, biodiversity is all over the place in paper 1, in some in paper 2, so we will all put in. Similarly, regional geography, concept of regions, all that we will do together. So we will do theories together, we will do the various topics along with those theories and the names of the theories which have been mentioned. So cycles of erosion. Many of the centers or books only give 2 cycles of erosion, but actually there are 6. And questions have been asked even on the 6th cycle of erosion. So we will do it very systematically and in depth. So you please note down these 12 units. I will again of course share it with you when we are starting the class. But what is most important is whatever others may have told you, there is no substitute for reading books. You must read books. I am not saying that each of the book must be read from cover to cover, but there are important topics in each of the book, and those topics must be read thoroughly. So in fact, when I am interacting with you and we are having a discussion, I expect that you keep that book with you, that particular book of that particular topic with you, so that you can highlight or underline or make important points in the book itself, wherein you can keep a paper or something, so that you don't lose touch with the book. It has to be book oriented, within the framework of the book only. I will be telling you, I am talking from this book, this chapter, and this is what is important. So atlas is indispensable, have one of them and always keep going through. Paper 2, that's a very scoring, low hanging fruit. You can easily plot it in the map and write, so that is something which you should aim very high. Then this is the geography books for the geography GS as well as optional basic books. We'll start from NCERT 6th class to 12th class, then we go to standard books, and then we'll keep on moving up into much more dynamic aspects like reading the newspaper, magazines and journals. This is the list of books which I think are important for scoring very high in geography optional. So physical geography made simple by Bryant, and geomorphology with Thornberry. So keep a list of these books. As and when we cover this topic, I expect that you have this book, if not the hard copy, at least the soft copy or the PDF of that. So this is an indispensable list of books. It's very important to have this book either as a book or at least as a reference. Magazines. This is one I keep repeating that magazines are very important because there is a discussion in that both from prelims and the mains perspective. But still, I don't find students being taking that very seriously. Yes, they. In fact, in my first batch of 2020, I insisted that each student come and present each of the issues on the down to earth. Of course, they did, and I'm happy that so many questions have come from down to earth yesterday. I'll show you. Similarly, national geography is important, geography and Yojana, Kurukshetra. See, always keep your knowledge very broad based and try to link the static portions with the dynamic or the latest, give recent examples, case studies, and try to enrich your answers by reading it widely. So I'll discuss some of the prelims questions which came yesterday, and I'll show you how the down to earth actually has covered this. There's a question on nanotubes, was there in down to earth, and then similarly there's a question on fertigation, that is the micro irrigation, one of the best practices. It was there in down to earth. I have marked or circled it in red. You can see the pneumococcal conjugate vaccines. There's a wide discussion in the down to earth in a couple of issues. Similarly, question on benzene pollution. You all know that there was a gas leak and there was a discussion about the benzene pollution as well. It was well covered in this May issue 2020 of Down to Earth. Similarly, about artificial intelligence, a very good article covered by Down to Earth is artificial intelligence excluding Indian women smartphone users. So this was a discussion point in Down to Earth. It was well covered, and the question had come from this. I had gone through this, you would have easily answered this question. Similarly, blockchain technology, there were a series of articles in Down to Earth, and you could have also answered this question. I'm sure our students have answered all this. Then Desert National Park, this was also highlighted in Down to Earth magazine in April 2019. And then the critical wild habitat was also covered in Down to Earth, as you can see here. It had come in July 2019. And then the question on social cost of carbon, this was there. In fact, it was an illustrative article on this, very interestingly put up in this magazine. So there was a question on this as well. And then there was a question on West Texas Intermediate. This also appeared in Down to Earth. It came in April 2020, as recent as April 2020. So all these 10 topics are just illustrative. I've shown, trying to overemphasize that it is important for you all to read magazines and have a broad base of knowledge in geography, environment, or agriculture, or biodiversity, etc. Apart from those 12 major units in the syllabus which I have shown you, out of that 5 are more important because they cover the GS mains and also the prelims. Perspectives in human geography. Don't be under this mistaken belief that human geography is just human geography only. Human geography also traces the evolution of how the physical geography has evolved, and how the mountain systems or the cycles of erosion have evolved, what are the various cycles of erosion and all. So you should understand the perspectives of human geography thoroughly, both to appreciate physical geography as well as human geography. Then there was the Indian geography. Indian geography was totally covered in GS paper 1. Environment and agriculture is another very important unit because it covers GS paper 2 as well as 3. I have the natural hazards and environmental issues, etc. And geomorphology is covered in GS paper 1. It's more or less the type of questions that come in GS mains are more equivalent, if not even higher than the geography optional. So geomorphology is indispensable. Then climatology, GS paper 1 is also very important. So these 5 units we will be doing it in depth, in more detail, both in general and as well as very scientifically. Then I'll be of course sharing notes from my own well-researched and in-depth studies which I have done, but that please do not again totally depend on anybody's notes including mine. Be your own, believe in yourself, you can do much better than any of us. That is something which I keep pushing among students, and students are nowadays are so brilliant. They have all the internet access, they reach for knowledge is tremendous compared to what we had, and they also know where to go. So when someone said there are as many mentors as the number of students who are appearing, I said yes, but still the students are now smart enough, they are brilliant enough to understand who a good mentor is. Then of course journals and magazines, as I've already showed you, illustrated you how important Down to Earth magazine is and how well it has covered all the topics which had come in the prelims as far as environment, agriculture and geography was concerned. So answer writing, this is something which some of the centers and mentors, they go overboard and give you question answers on almost daily basis, but keep a balance. Don't overdo as far as answer writing comes. As far as the old batch 2020 batch is concerned, we have already done enough of answer writing. That is more than enough. I'll give you just once in a week some question which I think may appear, and then you can write. Keep your mind fresh for the exam. Don't get stale by writing answers on a daily basis. And in fact, some students ask me that there are some guides where question answers are given, should they follow and all that. So I said I have not seen those guides, but you should yourself apply your mind. Is the UPSC when framing the question going to go through notes, market notes and those guides and all that, or will they go through the textbooks? So obviously it is a textbook, so why are you wasting time going here and there? Just believe in reading the textbooks, read the textbook thoroughly. And in fact, as I already told you, when I am going to interact with you, I will ask you to keep the textbooks with you so that you can write there itself. So the number of classes for the 3 batches will be different. For 2022 and beyond, there will be just 3 classes in a week, and 2021 there will be a little more, about 5 classes, and for 2020 there will be as many as 7 classes, that is almost every day in a week. But of course Saturday and Sunday I will keep it in a lighter way. We will revise what we have done during the week, and then we will see if we can do some model answers and practice answers. So we are starting on 7th October with the geographic perspectives. So these 3 books are important for the geographical thought. All the relevant chapters from these books I will be covering, 1 to 8 and 11 from R.D. Dixit, 11, 13 and 16 from Sudipta Adhikari, and 8, 9 and 10 and 12 from Majid Hussain. So try to get these books before 7th October, and that's all from me now. Hope to catch up with you all on 7th, that is day after tomorrow. Then let's go cracking on the geography optional and aim high and aim for a very good rank in civil services. Thanks a lot and bye.